Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I am Patrick.
And I'm Paul. How's it going?
Not too bad. And yes, you are Paul. And Paul, the fine folks joining us tonight. Hello, one and all. Hi, and welcome everyone. Those of you joining us in the future, hi to you in future land. We're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to have a whole load of fun. We're going to make absolute asses of ourselves live, as is our way. What we're actually going to do is do a version of 6 Degrees of Separation, or 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, depending on how you've played it before, where you take one famous person and then, connecting them through other famous people that they've been in films with, get to another famous person. So, Paul, an example would be the first one that we're going to try, because let's just do by doing, shall we?
That's probably the best way to do it. Yeah. So just to further to explain, we choose two famous people from the entertainment industry, and we have some connections. We can use producers, directors, and films and other actors to get through them.
And if we get stuck, we're going to use composers, and we're going to use the person that we know played the cello in, the background in The Phantom Menace. So, Paul,
My
can you
friend
just
John?
exactly? Can you give us a quick check to make sure that we're showing live on the actual YouTubes? We're all good. All right, then I am going to. I think there's our next T-shirt. We're gonna do by doing, because I can't believe I actually said that. What's being used here is a random famous person generator. There were two options. The other one is prettier, and Paul found it, and I nixed it because it showed you a person and one film they were in, and I said, no, we're going to do this the hard way and make sure we fail spectacularly in front of everyone. There'll be no successes had here tonight.
So, even though we're definitely going to be able to name one film that most of these people are going to be in, so
yeah. Well, for anybody who's wondering, that was hey Pop Culture 33. By the way, second video out. Get over to Pop Culture 33, everyone. Good video too. What was my favorite? This was my favorite card game when I was growing up. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I've ever successfully played this, and now I'm going to play it in front of a whole lot of people with you, Paul. So I'm going to hit randomize, and we're going to pick the two most famous people to make it easy who are actors in this list. We haven't got actors unless you want to try and link Lady Gaga and Madonna, who've both been in movies. Nope. No. Okay, I'm going to rerun that and say, right, we've got Tom Cruise to, and because it's the one to show everybody how this works, Tom Cruise to Steve Carell in 6 moves. So, Paul, I say we start at Tom Cruise and move our way to Steve Carell. Remember, we are working as a team out there, folks. Get your connections in the comments in the live chat. Hi, live people. Hey, hola, brew. Get your connections in so you can kind of test us. We'll pick a few from the chat in a minute. But first, Paul, we've got to get from Tom Cruise to Steve Carell in 6 moves. Let's talk this out. Remember, YouTube, not a silent medium, so we're going to have to display our rather ignorant thinking to everyone.
Okay, I think I got it. Or I think I got close.
Go for it then.
Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr.
That's one.
Robert Downey Jr. In the Marvel films with Paul Rudd.
Okay, that's 2.
Paul Rudd was in 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell.
Done it in 3, folks. Other routes are available, but that is the score to beat so far. Anybody out there who thinks they can do that in 2, you write it in the comments.
Yeah, has Tom Cruise been in a movie with Steve Carell? Or at least, one?
I don't believe so. Has Tom Cruise been in anything with John Goodman? Because John Goodman was in Evan Almighty. And he just feels like the type of actor that Tom Cruise must have been in something with.
Yeah, I can't think of.
I have a funny feeling John Goodman will come up again tonight because he's quite the connector.
Tom Cruise
in Collateral with Mark Ruffalo. The Fox. Wow. There you go. We got beaten. We got beaten by people who have access to the internet. I'm not saying you cheated. I'm just suggesting it so that we don't look like we've just been beaten easily. Anyway, next one, Paul.
I didn't know that Mark Ruffalo was in Collateral. I haven't seen Collateral, actually.
I have, and I don't remember Mark Ruffalo being in it, but I'm pretty sure he must have been. It's been a long time since I've seen that. That's Michael Mann's Collateral, isn't it? Yeah, it was really good. Next up, Paul. Ooh, who have we got here? Emma Watson.
Okay.
We've not got a second, so I'll randomize again. We've got Will Smith to Anne Hathaway. Okay, let's talk it out for the people at home.
Will Smith to Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, look, thinking about it, you got your Will Smith obvious choices. I think Independence Day is a good choice for Will Smith because that gives you Bill Pullman. It gives you Judd Hirsch, who played his dad. It gives you Jeff Goldblum. I can't do a Jeff Goldblum. So you've got a lot of people there. So what's going to be the best Anne Hathaway connection?
That's going to be, yeah.
She was in Les Mis, and Hugh Jackman was in that. And Hugh Jackman's been on a lot of random stuff with a lot of random people. And you know who else was in Les Mis? Russell bloody Crowe. He regrets it now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm giving us options here, so to help pick where we should go. I think we should go Will Smith to Jeff Goldblum, and then from Jeff Goldblum we can probably head off towards trying to get to, I'd say, Russell Crowe faster than Anne Hathaway, because that might be our last connection.
So you're going to Russell Crowe to Anne Hathaway.
I'm saying pull back from Anne Hathaway one, so that'll be our last connection. Will be Russell Crowe to Anne Hathaway. So now we've only got to connect Russell Crowe and Jeff Goldblum, and I think that'll be easier. See where Russell I'm going Crowe with this?
And Jeff Goldblum, no.
Okay. I should ask, do you understand what I'm saying, or do you just not see where I'm going?
I just don't see where you're going.
Okay. Well then, we should probably just bail out of this now and make it a really short video.
No.
We've got Kristen Stewart and Patrick Stewart. Somebody's
no.
That's going to be a good one in a while, actually.
Will Smith and Anne Hathaway.
Because remember, we can't just silently think of it in our heads, or else we should probably.
No. I'm not. I'm trying to figure out like, so Anne Hathaway. Yeah. So Batman with
Christian Bale.
Oh,
Morgan Freeman. Technically, that connects her to Morgan Freeman, and he is just open season for people.
And Michael Caine.
Ooh.
As well. And also Tom Hardy as well.
Oh.
Because he's Bane in that one.
Yeah, good point.
And what's that guy name?
Gary Oldman?
Not Gary Oldman, no. Which goes, sorry. I'm trying to figure people from the Batman series kind of thing. The guy who's playing Robin, he's in Inception as well.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But also Gary Oldman is Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, so in that movie. So there's a lot of people around Anne Hathaway, and yet still I can't think of how we get away from Will Smith. I did think Jeff Goldblum, but maybe you're right. What about going, Will Smith, what have you been in that's got an absolute monster of a person who's connected to everyone?
I have a horrible feeling that they're in Gemini Man together or something stupid like that. I have this horrible feeling that they're in that together.
Who was in Gemini Man with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Who was it? That's killing me because I went to the cinema to see that. Somebody, and in Interstellar. Matt Damon and Bagger Vance. There you go, Pop Culture 33 beat us to it. You got it pretty right. Don't worry about the spelling. I cannot spell, so whatever you write down, my brain will interpret anyway. That actually does work, because Interstellar connects you to Matt Damon, and Matt Damon was in Bagger Vance, and so was Will Smith. So there you go, done in two. Do you feel that we may have bitten off more than we can chew doing this live, Paul? At least we have our fine live chat to help us out. Now, I would like to take on the challenge of Kitty Cat. 7:38. Kristen Stewart and Patrick Stewart. I think that's brilliant, not just because their second names are there, but because we're literally going to end up tying Twilight to Star Trek Next Generation. Unless you're going to use the original Dune for Patrick Stewart. Because you can if you want, and that gets us to Cal Mclaughlin. Or Sting, but I'm not sure if Sting's going to be useful.
Yeah, that gets us to a lot of people, so...
original,
so Kristen Stewart is in she's also in Wonderland, which has Ryan Reynolds in it. Ryan Reynolds is in a far amount of stuff, so he's probably something like that.
Well, good old Patrick Stewart. Who are his big non-Star Trek companion actors? So, I'm thinking we don't use Sting. Although, what else has Sting been in now that we're talking about it? Sting's been in other stuff.
True.
That's a whole other episode. What has Sting been in? Contemplate.
Your mum. No.
Patrick, settle down. Patrick Stewart has been in something else that I'm trying to think of.
He's been in extras, which I don't know if we're going to go for TV stuff.
He's been in X-Men. Why don't we just use our Hugh Jackman? And technically, he's been in the same movie as like Ellen Page, Ian McKellen, because he was in Days of Future Past. Ellen Page shared screen time.
There we go. That was it. Yeah, I unlocked it there.
Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, X-Men.
Yeah, Kirsten Stewart with Wonderland with Ryan Reynolds in The Wolverine.
That's it.
X-Men Origins and Hugh Jackman and him. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I'm happy that I helped at least one person.
There you go.
You know?
June with Patrick Stewart is coming up again, and thank you for that. That was the first place I went. I don't know how I went from, let's see, Patrick Stewart's been in Star Trek. What else has he been in? And my brain went, yeah, June. And it never thought X-Men. It just completely blanked it. I was like, he's been in other stuff. All right.
He's been in Macbeth a lot.
He certainly has. And
he was also in Ted.
Was Patrick Stewart in Ted?
He's the narrator.
Lest we forget narrators. They can be handy. Yeah. So I think we're going to link Voltaire and Alexander the Great. No, I think we should take the extensive work of Hulk Hogan and try and get to Liv Tyler. Do you fancy that challenge?
Why? Okay.
Because I can get us from Hulk Hogan. I don't know if it can get us to Liv Tyler, but it can get us from Hulk Hogan to a lot of people. Because Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 2? 3? 2. 3? 2. Hulk Hogan was in a Rocky sequel. And the same Rocky sequel that B.A. Baracus was in, or Mr. T. As his stage name actually is Mr. T, but it gives you Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, if he's in Sylvester Stallone, then if he's in a Rocky movie, then it's Hulk Hogan,
Sylvester
Stallone with the Expendables to Bruce Willis
to Liv Tyler,
Armageddon, Armageddon to Liv Tyler. So
I knew we could do it, and you were worried. You were worried when I saw the Hulk Hogan thing.
No, I needed you to get me out of Hulk Hogan. That was the.
Can you say that again, just slower so I can clip it?
Needed you to get me out of Hulk Hogan.
Yes, I have had to get you out of Hulk Hogan more than once. Sarah Jessica Parker to Natalie Portman. You want to try that one?
Sarah Jessica Parker to Natalie Portman. Ooh.
I'm going to say we start from Sarah Jessica, and you've got your choices of Hocus Pocus, which gets you to the Bette Midlers of this world, or... Mm-hmm. I would go for Steve Martin. She was in LA Story with Steve Martin when she was quite young. And Steve Martin's kind of handy.
Steve Martin is kind of handy.
Although, is he handy enough? Natalie Portman.
Well, so if we get to Steve Martin, then we also get to Eddie, oh my god, my brain has just died. Comedian Eddie...
Eddie Izzard?
No, he's on SNL.
We're using the SNL card. Okay.
No. As in, I'm just trying to tell, like,
Eddie Murphy.
He's Eddie Murphy, yeah.
What were they in
No,
together?
we're not using the SNL car yet. He's in Bowfinger with,
Of course, Bowfinger. Good call.
which I think is he's probably with a bunch of other people.
So working back a little bit from Natalie Portman, where are we with her?
Because I could definitely get SNL. There we go.
SNL gets everybody there.
No.
I think okay. So Sarah Jessica Parker in L.A. Story to Steve Martin. Steve Martin to. Do we want to use Eddie Murphy? Is he going to get us further away?
Would Sergeant Bilko or John Candy get us in there?
John Candy, he's done a bunch with John Candy. Planes, trains, and automobiles and stuff like that. Yeah. But who has worked with Natalie Portman other than the obvious cast of Star Wars? For God's sake, sure, she's been in a Marvel movie. So she's got Hemsworth, and Hemsworth connects you to just about half of the working actors right now. So we just got to get to a working actor right now. I think I'm starting to understand this game, everyone. I think I'm finally getting it.
Can we get it to Skarsgård and I get him to...
Ooh. Okay. Steve Martin to... Hang on. Can we use TV shows?
I assume so. Do you want to use Sex and the City?
Well, that's the logical choice, whereas my brain went all the way over to trying to get to Donald Glover in Community, because Steve Martin gets us to Chevy Chase gets us to Donald Glover, and Donald Glover, does he get us closer to Natalie Portman? No. Because I thought he was in Star Wars, so he was in Solo, but it was... Who is the oldest character in Solo that could have been in the other Star Wars movies? Do you even remember watching Solo? Because I've blocked out most
Chewie.
of it. Can we use Chewie?
I don't know if we can use fictional characters.
Can we cheat and use John Williams and say
hey,
the
audience,
music?
can we use fictional characters? There we go.
Well, can we use
pop
musical accompaniment? Because I'm pretty sure... did John Williams do the score for Solo? Surely he did that. He's done all the other Star Warses.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he would have.
So then, Natalie Portman in any Star Wars movie that John Williams did the music for, John Williams doing the music for Solo, bish bash bosh, you're straight back there, because Donald Glover was in Solo. Donald Glover to Chevy Chase through Community, Chevy Chase to Steve Martin in Three Amigos, and then who are we supposed to be getting back to? Oh, it's L.A. Story to Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
We've cheated. So somebody's already filled it in, I hope.
No. Pop culture was going from Footloose to Kevin Bacon or something like that.
Oh, so Natalie Portman in song. Okay. Yeah. David Copperfield and Homer were in The Simpsons. I love that the other people on screen are now being used. So if you can get Meriwether Lewis to Joe Montana, there's a prize in it for you, Brew.
I did make that joke that we were just like, if we did get Alexander the Great and an actor and another actor, we could probably do it, because and I know you were saying Alexander to the Alexander the Great to Kevin Bacon, but I was making a joke because Alexander the Great was played by Colin Farrell, and you can just keep going.
Excuse me, you're Irish. You have to say it. Colin Farrell. Thank you very much. That's how it's pronounced around these parts. For get out, Colin. How are you, Colin Farrell? I think this is going to be the easiest one, because once you see Brad Pitt, you're kind of sorted. But how easy do you want it to be? Do you want Daniel Radcliffe, Steven Spielberg, or Ben Stiller to Brad Pitt? First person in the comments, pick your Radcliffe, your Spielberg, or your Stiller to Brad Pitt. So while we're thinking about that, Paul, Brad Pitt was in Ocean's 11. We're kind of sorted no matter who they pick, because between Don Cheadle, Matt Damon, just the entire cast of all of the Ocean's films,
And
you get Julia Roberts, you get everyone.
You also have the Deadpool films because remember,
technically he was in Deadpool too. Yes, that's a very, very good point.
Excuse you, Josh Brolin and a couple of other people as well.
So
who are we going to? Anyone?
No one's picked. So Paul, which do you think is the most difficult?
Ray Romano.
I didn't even. You know what? I think we can do Ray Romano.
Because he's in Everybody Hates Ray.
No, I was thinking he's in The Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh yeah.
And Kumail Nanjiani is in the Eternals trailer. Does it count if it hasn't come out yet? I don't know how far I'm bending rules.
We know he's in.
He's definitely in it, and I can prove it with the trailer. So that gets you to Angelina Jolie, who gets you to Brad Pitt, True Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Bam.
Cheating for the win.
It's not really cheating. We know he's in the film.
Okay. So, well, let's see if we can do it without using a film that Kumail Nanjiani hasn't come out yet. So Kumail Nanjiani was also in Stuber with Drax with Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista was in... He's easy enough to connect to Ryan Reynolds, isn't he? Or to, Brad Pitt directly, maybe even. He was in Blade Runner, the more recent Blade Runner. So that gives you Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. So how do you get from Ryan Gosling or Harrison Ford to Brad Pitt? You do it through Ocean's 11. Oh, Jared Leto was in that too, yeah. So Harrison Ford to Brad Pitt in one move should be... Harrison Ford has worked with... Actually, no. Hang on. I got it. Why am I bothering? Drax. So Ray Romano in The Big Sick to Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail Nanjiani to Dave Bautista in Stuber. Mm-hmm. Pick your Marvel film, be it Endgame, that has Don Cheadle in it with Dave Bautista. And then Oceans 11 and 12. Cheadle was in both, wasn't he? Was he in all three of the... Was there a third? Or was Ocean's 13? Yeah, there was. There was Ocean's 13.
Yeah, but I don't think... There's also Ocean's 8, but none of them are in that one.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, we did Ray Romano. Damn it. I'm running it again before someone says Daniel Radcliffe. And I have to pretend like I know who is in.
Someone got Moose Port. Okay, so here's the idea. We're gonna go.
What's
we're gonna
Moose
go to
Port?
the generator. I think it's a film.
Okay.
Here's a kind of like, let's go for a harder mode kind of thing here.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna do the generator. We're gonna pick two people. The audience will get to choose two movies that we have to, so that one of those people have been in. And we have to link them also through that.
Excellent.
Just hard mode.
Excellent. Okay. Well then, so that we can avoid super, super hard mode, I'm going to take this chance to do a quick randomizer. So who have we got? Well, we've got on the top row, the film star is John Wayne. And on the bottom row, because we've already done Natalie Portman, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Jeepers. I'm going to have to use my brain to remember the right name of people that John Wayne has acted with.
Okay, so...
Oh, gosh.
So the audience gets to choose one film each that that they have been in, and we have to link them through that. That'll be literally... So John Wayne has been in,
About 60 films. Actually, yeah. we might randomize that. Or did you want to take Jerry Seinfeld in case? Because I don't want to give... Now that we're throwing it out to the audience, I want to make it slightly more recent. Because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, John Wayne's no fun.
John Wayne's been in...
John Wayne's been in a lot of stuff. No, go for it. Right. So are we throwing it out to folk?
Yeah, so the audience has to choose one film that those... So, like, they don't both have to be it. So it's one John Wayne film and one Ryan Reynolds film, and we have to try get them to get them through those kind of thing.
And
I swear to God, someone's going to say Green Lantern for Ryan Reynolds.
I can work.
I've already cursed it.
I can work with Green Lantern. I'm just worried somebody's going to pick a John Wayne film I haven't seen, and I'm even more worried that they're going to pick one of the 15 that I have, and I just can't remember anybody else in it right now. So what John Wayne film would you hope that people pick, Paul?
Well, here's the thing. Let's try get John Wayne to Ryan Reynolds before they then shoot the extra hard mode to us.
Okay. Well then, I'm trying to think of a good John Wayne connecting film. Oh, I see. There is a vote for Jerry Seinfeld there too. Lisa, we might give that a go next. Right. Oh,
Okay, so
why am I blanking on John Wayne co-stars that will be useful? Slim Pickens.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was going to say Ryan Reynolds has worked with a few people. He's worked with Samuel Jackson, not Jamie Foxx. He has worked with. No, he hasn't. Or he has maybe.
Ryan Reynolds, Jamie Foxx.
I know he's worked with Denzel Washington. He's worked with.
I'm not calling you out here, but the Ryan Reynolds part is not the part that's worrying me.
I know. I'm trying to figure out because he's what's The Proposal
with Betty White.
Yeah, does Betty White get us to someone that can go to John Wayne?
I hate to say it, but I think I see your logic there of going for people of more mature age. Because for all I know, Betty White was in a John Wayne movie. She acted for an awful lot of her life. Why am I drawing blanks on useful big name stars that John Wayne acted opposite to? John Wayne was in the 1977 Star Wars movie. Can you confirm that, Paul? Am I? Was he? I can't tell if somebody's taken the.
I don't.
Mihal, or
that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting.
I don't really care what we're doing right now. I just want to know if John Wayne was in Star Wars.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Are you being Beef King's lad? Beef King salad. Okay. I'm unsure if you're winding us up or not, but I really hope it's true. I really hope that's the bit of trivia that my entire life picking up stupid film trivia, that's the bit I missed. You're IMDbing John Wayne, I hope, not Star Wars, so that you can cheat.
I'm literally just going to Star Wars just because that's a fucking interesting, if that is true.
Maybe you should see if it's on John Wayne's IMDb, and while you're there, see if he did anything with Cary Grant or Jimmy Stewart or somebody else that was quite prolific.
That's one of those moments.
I'm sensing that we're going to fail in this one. So, folks, if anybody out there has a good connection from John Wayne.
Oh, his voice
was in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. His voice was in it. So if we're concluding that kind of stuff. So we are including narrator and stuff like that.
Then, so voice work is work too. I'm not gonna pick on our voice acting friends. Thank you for that. Thank you for a new piece of trivia. Thank you for me now needing to watch Star Wars just to kind of go, how did I never catch the voice work? Okay, Paul, we are off and running. Let's not choose any of the ones that we couldn't think of. Let's use Star Wars. So Star Wars gives us to Ryan Reynolds. Did we just do this? Harrison Ford to...
So, yeah, John Wayne to Star Wars. He's in... We've got Mark Hamill.
Not as useful as you'd think, past Star Wars. There's a few things. He'll be useful if we need to use him for his voice work in a minute to connect some
That's
other
what I was going to say. Well,
stuff.
If we're allowed to use his voice,
okay, we gotta pick up our momentum again. John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, okay, great. Oh, good God. You know what? The Quiet Man, I'm just calling it as verboten. It's forbidden in this here whole channel. Because Irish, I don't know about you, Paul. Irish people, and I'm sure it's the same all over the world, there is an amazing group of people in Ireland who they'll watch anything that was made here, even if it's not their thing. And any time they talk about something, it'll be... The amount of time it's come up. Bless her, my very elderly mother asked to go and see Star Wars. the more recent Star Wars with me because she'd seen in the paper that it was filmed in Ireland. And I said, you're not really going to enjoy it, more than likely. She's like, yeah, but the Skelligs are in it. You know, the Jedi island that Luke was on. Well, that's off Kerry. And I had to try and explain to her, that's not going to be where most of the film is set. In fact, an awful lot of it's not even going to be on a planet. So, yeah. I know, Irish movies not my thing. Okay, let's get back on track, Paul. John Wayne to Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford to... Who's a good call there?
Harrison Ford.
I'd say will we take another expendable? Do you want to do Harrison Ford to... Well, we can do Bruce Willis again, because Bruce Willis to Ryan Reynolds should be easy, because I really want to do it through Green Lantern. That's why I want to go through Taika Waititi now. You know what I mean?
You want to go to Taika Waititi, okay?
Because Taika Waititi was in Green Lantern, so I kind of want to get from Harrison Ford to Taika Waititi in my head. Yeah, Taika Waititi was his mate in Green Lantern. Everybody forgets that before he was famous director man, he was just New Zealand guy who also made TV and was literally in plain sight in Green Lantern.
Really?
Ryan was in a movie with Ben Kingsley.
He was. That's the Switch movie. It's when he.
That's right. The body
switch bodies.
swap.
Yeah, the personality swap. So this is just really showing, like, it's so much harder when you put on the spot.
This is showing how bad this is for live video. If anybody is watching this in future, fair play to you for sticking this far. Also, please stop laughing at us. For our live viewers, it will get better in a minute, because we're going to pump up the energy and find a way to get from Ryan Reynolds to Taika Waititi, because that then fulfills our Green Lantern. And Taika Waititi in... Was he... Taika Waititi's been in the Marvel Universe, so loads of things. So what connects Marvel to Harrison Ford? That should be easy. Is there any connection between Harrison Ford and Marvel? What's he been in with someone?
If he's been in with Sam Neill, Sam Neill's been in Ragnarok, which was directed by
Taika Waititi.
So if we can get Sam Neill and Harrison Ford together.
Okay. This is the new challenge. We're not going to remember how we did this when we have to recap it. So you're not all going to care either. If we can get from Sam Neill to Harrison Ford in 1 or 2 steps, I'm calling this a victory.
Yeah, I'm also not going to do the film thing because this is already hard mode.
Actually, you know what? I've got it. We're allowed to use directors. Steven, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
You said that. Producers.
It's all sorted. Or, if you want to just use Lucas, you can connect Harrison Ford to anybody through George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. And Sam Neill was in Jurassic Park, which was directed by Steven Spielberg. So there's your Sam Neill connection.
Oh, there we go.
You've gone fuzzy.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, it's the focus. Ryan Reynolds to Hugh Jackman to Jake Gyllenhaal to Spider-Man, which brings us to Marvel. So
yeah,
there we go.
That's very, very good. Actually, I've just worked that one out. Yeah, good call. Okay, we're gonna have to find a way to make this harder, but not impossible. I love that Jerry Seinfeld showed up again because B movie was mentioned a moment ago by Lisa. So let's do a B movie.
A film that I have not seen.
You haven't seen B movie? That's a shame because I can't remember who else voice acted in B movie. I think Eddie Izzard might have been in it. I think. This is going to be tough. What else has Jerry Seinfeld acted in other than B movie?
So who are we going to?
See, at this point, I hadn't even looked because I was thinking we can get to almost anybody if we can get away from.
Clint Eastwood or Reese Witherspoon for Jerry Seinfeld?
Um,
Or David Copperfield?
well, I think we would end up using. Well, no, you can't use the fact that he was married to Claudia Schiffer, so I'm assuming they did a TV special at some stage together. She was in the end of Not About a Boy, Love Actually. Mm-hmm. She was in the end of that, so that gets you to Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson gets you to a threatening phone call, which gets you anything you need.
B movie to Clint Eastwood is what we've been asked to do.
Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld to Clint Eastwood, and I guess we can't use Jerry's comedians in cars getting coffee, because that would be very useful right about now.
Because we're trying to avoid the SNL or Graham Norton or any of those kind of.
Well, yeah, it's an interview show, so that rules it out. Jerry Seinfeld was in B movie with, crikey, how come I cannot remember any of the voice actors? Can someone out there confirm that? Oh my God, I can't remember who else voice acted in that. So, Paul, what else was Jerry Seinfeld in?
Seinfeld.
He was, and can we use it?
Yeah, we can use TV
shows.
Oh,
then great.
That's what I say.
Because Julia Louis-Dreyfus was recently in some Marvel stuff. She was in the end credits for... Oh, spoiler! She's in the end credits in Black Widow. Spoiler! Too late. And that gets you to either Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, or... the actual star of the show, Scarlett Johansson. Who else's voice is in B movie? Somebody we're not allowed IMDb right now. You all are, just really, so you know.
You don't have to guess.
Yeah, that's
what
I know.
I know for a fact. that Lisa definitely knows the other people who have voiced in it, and I don't understand why they haven't. She hasn't
Oh, I do. Would I want to watch us squirm and make an absolute arse of ourselves live?
Sting is in it. We can link it back to Dune.
Renée Zellweger, that's Patrick Warburton. Oh, I do love Patrick Warburton.
I want to link it back to Dune, Dune for no reason at all.
You want to use Sting? Gotcha. Can do.
Has Patrick Stewart and Clint Eastwood been in the same?
So we've got Jerry Seinfeld to Sting.
Okay.
And you want to use Dune? Okay.
Yeah,
Dune
go for it.
To either, I don't think we should use Patrick Stewart necessarily, because we can use Cal Mclaughlin and make it even harder if you want. But no, let's use Patrick Stewart, which gets us to Clint Eastwood. I've got to start thinking about Clint Eastwood now. Crapsicles. Who's the guy that always plays the president? He's in movies with both of those people. What's the name of the gentleman, the farmer in Babe the Pig? Because I think he was the president in... Not in The Line of Fire. Who was the president in The Line of Fire? Jeepers.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Right, if we can't remember...
He's also in Deep Impact.
That's right. He's a president of Deep Impact, isn't he?
No, Morgan Freeman's the president. He's a senator who decides to leave.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody called it out. Sting was just in the Steve Martin and Martin Short show on Hulu. Yeah, that's on Disney Plus over here, and I am enjoying the heck out of it. We will be talking about that in a future episode. It's called Only Murders in the Building, and it's great because essentially Martin Short is my spirit animal, and I love both those men.
Patrick
James
Warburton.
Oh, go for it.
Patrick Warburton has been in a film with Eddie Izzard. If Eddie Izzard gets us somewhere.
Oh,
you were saying
it wasn't really. No, he was just a name that I was trying to remember.
Wow.
Okay, but we're using Patrick Stewart at this stage, right? So, how do you get from Patrick Stewart to Clint Eastwood? And I think we have 3 moves left. I'm very tempted to go down a Hugh Jackman road, but I think that would be folly. I think we're better off going Clint Eastwood, man. You've been in everything. He was in The Rookie with Emilio Estevez. And Emilio Estevez was in lots of things. Why did I?
Can we get to Morgan? Can we get to Morgan Freeman?
From Clint Eastwood?
No. Morgan Freeman and Clint Eastwood were in Unforgiven.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh no, but so was Gene Hackman, and Gene Hackman's in an absolute ton of stuff. I also see that somebody shouted out Ray Liotta.
Oh, Gene Hackman is in it, yeah.
Why was Ray Liotta shouted out? Because you could get from Clint Eastwood to Gene Hackman to Ray Liotta pretty easily, because Gene Hackman is in the Sigourney Weaver, Jennifer Love Hewitt scam artist movie called...
Was this the one that we were talking about the other day?
It's the one we were talking about the other day, and I couldn't think of the name of it then either. Folks, just so you know, I couldn't think of the name of this very film when I was talking to Paul, unrelated to all of this. For crying out loud. That's called Searchers. No, it's not. It's called... Oh, you might be helpful. Actually, Eli Wallach.
There's so many. Because we could... You can go to a couple of them.
Why are we doing this again?
Huh?
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to other people at this point?
Ray Liotta was in B Movie.
Ray Liotta was in B Movie. Then we're sorted. All I need to do is remember the name of a thing. And whatever you do out there, folks, nobody help me. By IMDbing Sigourney Weaver, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Gene Hackman, Ray Liotta. What does it begin
with? An F.
Does it?
This is just two like middle-aged white guys losing their fucking minds about actors' names and movie names.
I feel like this
Enjoy
video
this.
Will be studied for all the wrong reasons. It's, you know what, I really like the bloody movie.
Looks like in young.
I almost IMDb'd, but if anybody out there can be so kind as to put me out of my misery, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm gonna end up screaming. Not Searchers, it's
The Finders.
Anyway, so you've got Jerry Seinfeld to Ray Liotta. Good God, do any of you want to just type this in the chat for me? I'm going to IMDb. Right, that's it. You've broken me. You've all broken me. IMDb, Ray Liotta.
I thought it was possible that I actually had Heartbreakers.
Thank you. I didn't even get to finish typing.
So you didn't break the rule. Good work.
Thank you. I was saved at the end. I would like to thank everybody else who just let me suffer live. I want you to know that I would have done it to you, and you should definitely always do it to us. This is not very good entertainment, so at the very least we should be made to suffer, and that in itself will be funny. So I do appreciate that. Paul, another one more for the road.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, go for it. This is hilarious.
You're starting to get there because you enjoy a certain amount of we're making an ass of ourselves live. I'm with you.
Come on.
So in that case, do you want to pick the two obvious here? And if we can use advertisements and TV shows, I'm fairly sure Danica Patrick and Donald Trump can be connected. But yeah, I think we should just randomize again, unless you want to connect Drew Barrymore to A-Rod. I don't think so.
No.
Steven Spielberg. Okay, we've got to hit a few more till we get some actors here. Jolie to Carey. So how about we do Angelina Jolie to Jim Carrey to Mark Wahlberg? How about we do a threefer?
Okay. So hang on.
Jim Carrey's got to be in the middle.
Jim Carrey, Angelina Jolie,
then to Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
So Jolie to Carrey to Wahlberg, the order that they're on screen. So 3, 4, 5. Angelina Jolie to Jim Carrey to Mark Wahlberg. I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go for it. Okay, so because I'm going to try going in reverse as well.
Okay. Well, I will take us from Angelina Jolie to Jim Carrey. I think I'm going to use Brad Pitt. Oh, actually, who was Kate Winslet in? No. Okay, Angelina Jolie to Kumail Nanjiani in the upcoming Eternals movie. No. I'm not doing it again. Okay, Angelina Jolie to Brad Pitt in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
Brad Pitt was in something with Tommy Lee Jones. I love that people are bragging. I've got Jolie to carry in too. And I'm wondering if it's using Winslet or Jones. Tommy Lee, I mean. Because Tommy Lee... Oh, hang on. No Country for Old Men. No. Okay, Paul, help me out. So, Jim Carrey to Angelina Jolie with Nick Cage as the middle connection.
It's an interesting one. I've got Mark Wahlberg to John Goodman, which opens up the doors to a lot of them.
Okay, run me through that and we'll go backwards. So Mark Wahlberg in what?
Gambler. John Goodman's in Gambler.
Have not seen it actually. Is that recent?
It's probably the 2000s.
Okay.
There's also which is Mark Wahlberg also in Gambler is connected to Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. That's also another one as well.
Okay.
And
hang on, Mark Wahlberg to Samuel L. Jackson. We should never miss out on a Samuel L. Jackson.
That's true.
Because Samuel L. Jackson is the glue that holds the entire universe of filmmaking together when it comes to connections. So, Mark Wahlberg to Sam Jackson in... What was that called? The Other Guys? It was the one where Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell...
There's also... and The Rock as well.
Exactly. So, once you have Samuel L. Jackson to Jim Carrey, must be a piece of cake. Have they...
Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's in Anchorman. Jim Carrey's in The Fight in Anchorman.
He's in The Fight in Anchorman too.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So
we got Wahlberg to Jim Carrey, then Jim Carrey to...
I'm gonna use some of the comments to try and...
I'm not looking at the comments. The comments are over this side of me. I'm trying to ignore them. Angelina Jolie is... Yeah, there's Matt Damon. There's also Johnny Depp as well, because it's that weird film where they meet on a train or something.
Which... Sorry, Johnny Depp was in something with whom? I was
with Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie is in a movie with Johnny Depp.
It's the famously terrible
Foreigner?
one. Yeah. I didn't watch it.
No, the Foreigner. The Foreigner's Jackie.
It's The American or The Americans or something. No. Was it not called the... I know it was terrible and I didn't watch it because people told me it was awful.
I know that they go around. I think he's a criminal or something like that.
Okay, well, that film with Johnny Depp to Angelina Jolie. Once you have Johnny Depp, you can go to Jim Carrey via... Oh, because I didn't see now, I'm being tainted because Nicolas Cage was mentioned here, and if I want to connect Johnny Depp to Nicolas Cage, I do it through. Nicolas Cage was Big Daddy in The Tourist. Thank you very much. And it is terrible. I'm glad I didn't watch it. Thank you all. Not Sucker Punch. Kick-Ass. So Nick Cage is Big Daddy in Kick-Ass. With Jim Carrey. And how does Nick Cage get us to Angelina Jolie again? He doesn't. The commentary might be... The quickest Jolie Carey connection is Nick Cage. Well, Carey to Nick Cage we have no problem. But Jolie to Nick Cage? Okay.
Jolie to Nick Cage.
I want to do this so bad. So Angelina Jolie to Nick Cage. Was Angelina Jolie in anything with Elizabeth Shue? Was she in anything with...
I should probably look at the...
National Treasure? Angelina Jolie, what else have you done, Angelina Jolie? Like, you've done a lot of things, obviously, but why am I blanking?
Gone in 60 Seconds, yeah.
Oh, I cannot believe... Me, of all people, Of all people,
Yeah.
Paul. I just like to, I forgot to do this at the start of the show. You should like, share, subscribe. You should go and check out Pop Culture 33. Check out everything. But also, I've had a really long day in work, and I'm very tired, and my brain's not in full gear. I haven't had a whole lot of food. I'm very thirsty. Paul, get your excuses in now. I should have done this at the start of the show. Too late.
I'd just like to point out that two people who've been doing very well in this, and I've gone all blurry. Two people in this chat also have a movie podcast called Two Movies, so go check them out as well. But they're the also ones that are also. I'd just like to point out that it's very easy to be doing this in chat where we don't know if the honor system is being. But no.
Well, hang on. So Pop Culture 33, you have your own YouTube channel. Someone else here has their Spotify podcast. I you said they're both here. I'll have to ask you afterwards. Okay. Links in description to both below. We'll put the Spotify link in there. We've tweeted. We're going to keep pumping all you guys up. But now the challenge is. I have got so many excuses. Thank you very much for noticing.
I don't have any. I just don't have when you put on the spot like this with a camera in your face. It's a lot different than being able to type it.
But that's why I would like to turn this challenge over to our other internet broadcasting friends and see if they feel like doing one of these off the cuff, as a TikTok, even as a whatever your format is. See if you want to throw yourselves up there, because as it turns out, this was an absolutely terrible idea. For
but you have to do it live.
But it's fun. You do have to do it live. You do. Okay, so we've got that. So we got Angelina Jolie in Gone in 60 Seconds, a car movie that I'd forgotten, and it also connects her to an absolute ton of people. Nick Cage to Jim Carrey, no problem with Kick-Ass 2. The Jim Carrey to Mark Wahlberg connection was through.
Sorry, which?
The Jim Carrey to Mark Wahlberg. We did that, and I can't remember what it was.
We've got Mark Wahlberg to, was it John Goodman or these?
We did this a few minutes ago, and I can't remember. So, should we just move on? I think so. Whoops. I've got to stop scrolling now. That's an accident. Apologies for the weirdness, folks. Okay. Paul, I'm thinking this is going to have to be the last one. So let's make it a difficult one. Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, to Winston Churchill would be too easy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll randomize again. Morgan Freeman is there. So is Ray Romano again. I'm starting to question the validity of the random nature here. Okay, I'm gonna how about I click this 4 more times and we just take it, okay?
Okay. Also, if people want us to do ones, which goes, you can quickly get them up before we do.
That would be cool, actually.
So okay, here's the thing. Lisa and Pop Culture, choose one person and say their names, which get out, and we'll do those.
Yes. Or else you don't get your plugs next week, or get your stuff in the comments in the description below. Also, if Brew, if you're still there, I'm pretty sure you've got a really nasty one that you're ready to drop.
I say Brew does. I say Brew has one.
Brew,
well.
Actually, that's why Brew hasn't been commenting. He's probably gone off to sit in a darkened room and go, who is the most obscure actor and the second most obscure actor? He'll be doing the Simpsons, you know? I'd like your most expensive dish
tape
stuffed with your second most expensive dish. Certainly, sir. Lobsters stuffed with taco. I think Brew is probably going to do it to us through some sort of musical connection as well. Was Liam Gallagher from Oasis in any movies?
I'm sure. Wasn't wasn't one of them in the Harry Potter film? He was the one doing the spoon turning in.
As a very young man in The Matrix, like there is no spoon.
No, in Harry Potter, the first one, when they go through the leaky cauldron, I think he's the wizard who's stirring his drink with his magic or something.
Crikey. I had no idea. So we've got Dean Stockwell and Kurt Russell. So Dean Stockwell is, for anybody who's not familiar, Bruce's been struggling with these. Well, as you can see, so are we.
You're not the only one.
Dean Stockwell,
and it's our job.
is Al in Quantum Leap. He's can't remember which Cylon in Battlestar Galactica. He's also in a load of things. If that's the right Dean Stockwell, I hope that's the right Dean Stockwell. That was Ian Brown. Sorry, I just caught the comment. Apparently, Ian Brown, another 90s pop monkey type person with probably too much sideburns. So that's how you could confuse.
He was
the one
in
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Ian Brown of Stone Roses and Terrible Tweets fame. Same thing as Liam Gunner. Right, exactly. So, Dean Stockwell, Kurt Russell. I'm going to say we should go, out of respect, since it was mentioned, and I just love saying the guy's name, Dean Stockwell to Scott Bakula in Quantum Leap.
Okay.
And then kind of stuck because he was in some pretty sweet kind of American football movie where he was a down on his luck quarterback or older guy given a chance. Oh no, this isn't going well at all. Dean Stockwell's the tough end of this one, Paul, I think.
Dean Stockwell was also he's in a few, he's in if he's in Battlestar Galactica, he's also in
Dune.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's the Doctor as well.
How could that not feature after the theme tonight? Also, Lisa, thank you kindly for Blue Velvet and Air Force One. I think we have to use Dune because it's become a theme. I think it's been used a few times now.
Yeah, he's Doctor. Is it Doctor? I always get this wrong. Is it Dr. Yen? Is he Dr. Yen? Is that who he is?
You'll have to ask a super fan such as yourself there.
Yeah, pop culture will probably be able to answer me there. Is that what is? It's just in my head. It's just blocked, but Dr. Yen, I think. So we've got Sting and we've got a bunch of other people.
Well, have we used Sting yet properly? Did we use Sting last time?
With the B-movie stuff.
Oh, we did. Okay, so Sting's off the table. Patrick Stewart's off the table. So that means we have to use Kyle Mclaughlin, who was in Twin Peaks. You know, he was the star of the show in both that and Dune, or he was in Blue Velvet. Oh, so you can get to Dennis Hopper from him. So that gets us to Dennis Hopper. Who are we trying to get to? Kurt Russell. Well, Dennis Hopper can get us to either Sandra Bullock or Keanu Reeves through Speed.
Mm-hmm.
So that means to Kurt Russell. See, I don't want to miss, now that I messed up on Gone in 60 Seconds, I don't want to miss that Kurt Russell was in Fast and the Furious now.
I have a real bad, Kurt Russell, I definitely think he's in Death Proof, right?
He is.
So
is Rosario Dawson and not what's her name? Not Kate Winslet, Mary Elizabeth Winstead of Scott Pilgrim fame.
I have a feeling that Dean Stockwell, if he definitely is the person I'm thinking of, he's in he's in a film that I think Ramirez.
Right. Okay. Well,
if Kurt Russell's in Death Proof. Death Proof is part of the double Horror House or Slaughterhouse.
But technically, that was a Tarantino directed one because Rodriguez did Planet Terror or whatever it was, the other half of the Dirty Double Bill.
But weren't they producers? It wasn't Quentin Tarantino a producer? In
they would both be producers. Gosh, look at you.
If we're going to go, so I'm fairly sure that Dean Stockwell's in a he's definitely in a zombie film that I definitely can't remember,
but
or something like that.
Nora's called out a good one. Kurt Russell's also given us Guardians of the Galaxy, which gets us to quite a lot of people. If we need to get back to a Sandra Bullock or a Keanu Reeves. And I keep fixating on them because they've been in so much stuff.
I just keep going blurry. to hide my shame.
Well, at least you just look blurry. My mind is gone there. Kurt Russell's in like Bone Tomahawk and stuff as well. Kurt Russell's in a lot of stuff. But why can't Keanu Reeves be more useful right now? Oh, is Kurt Russell in at any point in an Expendable movie? Feels like he would have been asked. Is he in like 3 or 12 or the Expendalicious sequel, the third?
I don't think so.
Damn it. Kurt Russell was in Tango and Cash with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, well, there you get the Expendables then.
Exactly. But what I was actually looking for was... why was I looking for Stallone? Jesus.
He's linked to Dean Stockwell?
I was going to link back to Keanu Reeves. I don't know how. I had this a moment ago.
I screwed it up.
No, my brain is just that slow today. We have... Closing my eyes isn't helping, but I'm going to try it, folks. Kurt Russell to Terry Hatcher. And then Dean Cain, who sounds like Dean Stockwell in Lois and Superman. No, I'm joking. Kurt Russell, Tango and Cash, which is where I got to Terry Hatcher, but I should really go to Sylvester Stallone. And from Sylvester Stallone, we can go to The Expendables. What has Keanu Reeves recently done other than John Wick?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, crikey, yeah. Not the one I was looking for. Not picking on that film. I actually enjoyed the most recent one. I thought it was sweet in its own way. What the hell is Keanu Reeves doing these days? Because we were talking about him recently. Matrix. Thank you, Matrix. Jeepers. So we've now got to Hugo Weaving.
We are going all over the place.
Lawrence
okay,
Fishburne?
so has Kurt Russell and Denzel Washington been in a film together? Or can we get them close?
I don't think so, but why? You have me. I'm curious.
Which goes? I think the film that I was thinking about.
I don't know why I'm showing the other screen, because right now we're doing... For those of you who just joined an hour into the stream or have watched 5 minutes and then skipped ahead wondering what can these people possibly be talking about in an hour-long recorded video, just so you know, what we're trying to do right now is connect Kurt Russell to Dean Stockwell. And I'm reminding myself as much as you at home.
So Dean was in, he was in Point Break. He was in Beverly Hills Cop 2. I do remember that. Yeah, he's like one of the henchmen for the security guards. Is it? Oh no, sorry. He's the robber for the kind of, he's the alphabet bandit. But Dean Stockwell has been also in. I think he's in the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington, I think.
Okay. I'm a little bit worried, and Point Break was a good shout, by the way, for trying to remind me of Keanu Reeves' work. But we've got Dean Stockwell to Kurt Russell in 2, but one of those is Gary Oldman. So right now, I'm more fascinated by... When was Gary Oldman in something with Kurt Russell? I could be at the wrong end of that, though. It could be with Dean Stockwell. Remind me again what was... So, hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
And we're running out of literal daylight at this stage. So, Paul, how far had we gotten? We had gotten from Dean Stockwell, and we have to use Kyle Mclaughlin. And then we were using Kyle Mclaughlin, and that, by the way, is True June. That's why we had to
we have to use Dune.
And then we're getting from... I think we should probably go Dennis Hopper then.
Okay.
So that's Blue Velvet. And then Dennis Hopper. Maybe we shouldn't be using... We could use Bob Hoskins. Dennis Hopper was in Super Mario Brothers. So John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins, although they both regret it, I'm sure, they were all in Mario Brothers together. I don't think that's going to help us right now. Hang on, in Escape from LA or the original Escape from New York, who was the president? Actually, no, in Escape from LA, because in Escape from New York, I know who it was. I can't remember the actor's name, but they're not going to be useful.
Oh, Escape from LA is... It's...
Or the person in charge, maybe not president.
Oh, I know Gary Busey is in that film. Busey's in.
But then Gary Busey is helpful because Gary Busey. Then, if you will allow me to connect this, thanks to you, Kurt Russell to Gary Busey in Escape from LA. Gary Busey to Keanu Reeves in Point Break. Thank you very much, Nora. He plays his partner, I believe it was. Then Kurt Russell to Dennis Hopper in Speed. Dennis Hopper, Blue Velvet to Kyle McLaughlin. Kyle McLaughlin through June to...
Dean Stockwell. Yeah, Dean Stockwell.
There you go. So you can now write it in if you want how you did it in two. Gary Oldman was in a film with a leprechaun. Gary Oldman played a leprechaun. Do you know which film that was, Paul?
No. If it's not Leprechaun, then I don't care.
That's the only thing. You only want your leprechaun movies to say it up front. You don't want to sneak in any leprechauns anywhere.
Because if he played the leprechaun from the movie Leprechaun, that's going to be another piece of trivia that I did not know about.
I'm going to say this, and I never say this without actually being 100% sure. I am 100% sure that wasn't him.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I actually, little do you know, I am the son of the guy who played the leprechaun in the Leprechaun movies. Yep.
Oh.
And that's why I know Jennifer Aniston as well as I do. Not making this up at all. Anyway, I seem to be becoming delirious. I would like to thank everybody for whatever this was, but mostly for...
I told you, it's the end of Heroes House. There we go, people, everybody.
End of days. We said a little while back that we were going to try some weird experiments while we're still using the live format. And not that live's ever going away completely, but we'll possibly be scaling it back in 2022. I think this was definitely as weird as we should ever try. But we do have another quiz idea where we're going to be challenging each other. And I would like to throw it out to how many people are actually still watching. So the viewers who have stuck with us to this point, Mario, John Leguizamo, Kurt Russell, executive decision, and then John Leguizamo in the Mario Brothers. Hey, I'm still loving the connections, by the way. So thank you all. If you would like to tell us, would you like to watch this happen again, but with a slightly different premise? Where we play the Who Am I game, where I don't know who I am, but you all know who I am, and Paul knows. So Paul, do you want to try a 10-second run of this so that we can explain to people so they can say whether or not we should definitely not do it or give it a go? So Paul, just think of a person, and I will ask you. And let's see if I can do it in 5 questions because we're logging off.
Well, hang on. Let's write down the name kind of thing. So,
and are you going to show the world so that I can close my eyes?
Let's hang on. Let me just. I'm going to try and
Pan's Labyrinth this one for a while. Tell me when I can look again. You've all gone, haven't you? Okay. I'm just hearing my void.
I don't know if people could see that. All right. Okay. If everybody knows what understands.
I really am promise I'm not looking.
You can open your eyes now.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. The light has... Wow. I'm now seeing the way your camera is so you're all blurry.
I made sure that people would probably know.
The 30-second delay, I saw a piece of paper coming on screen, but I didn't actually get to read it. So
Cool.
sorry because I
that's the part that I was worried about. Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm going to ask you. We're going to dry run this, and you're all going to tell us if we get one vote that says we should do this. We'll do it next month sometime. So Paul, am I a man or a woman? My first question.
Is it yes or no questions, or do I?
Sorry, am I a man?
Yes.
Am I alive?
Yes.
Am I an actor?
No.
So I'm an alive actor. Or an alive man who's not an actor, but I am in the entertainment business, because that was the whole idea. Ooh. Am I ever on screen?
No.
Okay. Outside of documentaries about me or things like that. So do I partake in my own film? So I'm thinking I'm a director. So I'm an alive man. Am I over the age of 60, would you say?
No.
Damn it. Am I Quentin Tarantino?
No.
Okay. I should just ask it, because now I'm up to 7. Am I a director, just to make sure?
Yes.
Okay, damn it. I wasted one on that. So I've got 3 to get which male director I am. And just to show you how Hollywood is horrible, if it was female director, I would have much of a better chance now. So now I'm going to have to use global stuff. So am I American?
No.
Oh. Now, 2 questions left. What would you ask?
Yeah, just to clarify, it's 10 questions, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 questions. So I'm down to 2. Am I? So I'm a non-American director who's dead, was it? Or alive?
No, he's alive.
Okay. And I'm not from New Zealand.
Is that a question?
Have I ever directed anything in the Marvel Universe?
No.
So no Kenneth Branagh. No Taika Waititi. Oh, God. Who would you have picked? I know who you'd have picked. I should have got it in one, shouldn't I, Paul? Is it your boy?
Yep.
Is it Del Toro? Is it Benicio Del Toro? And if I was a movie, would I be
Benicio Del Toro? It's...
Oh, not Benicio. Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my boy.
It is.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing. So that's the format, kind of, but we can also do the format in which we don't tell you who it is, so that the audience can also have a go as well, kind of thing. So that's the other kind of. So as in, like, we can not show it, so you can also try figure it out.
Yeah. Can I also say that You Are a Muppet was written here by Kitty Cat, and then some actually cool, claps and other musical notation. I know that was said with love, but read in isolation out of my corner eye, I didn't get it that I was guessing. That was just somebody in Ireland using the oft used insult of "you're a Muppet." But no, I understand what you mean now.
Nick is screaming at the screen.
Oh, he's screaming Del Toro. Yeah, I have no doubt.
Well, I showed it on the screen.
It's Paul. I should have known. I cannot believe I didn't do that. It's like if I was to say to you, Paul, guess, and if you said, "Do I have a mustache?" Am I Burt Reynolds? Is my second name Reynolds? Okay, Ryan and Bert, you've got me covered.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, you get something wrong, but you wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh, hang on. I'm claiming this as a square tie. Now that's it. I didn't technically lose because
Blade. You would have gotten it if I went. Yeah, he was in Marvel, or he directed a Marvel film. Yeah,
Paul.
Yeah,
we'll never know is the point. I would like everyone to say whether or not they think that is an absolutely awful idea, or whether or not you'd really like to watch another car crash sometime. And we could even do monthly car crash TV, where we come up with something that should never be played live on the internet. Do it on a live stream, and hopefully gain subscribers through ridicule and pity. It's a way to do it. The other way to do it is to help us tickle the analytics by hitting like on this video. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. But most of all, get in the odd comments down below. Let us what you think. It doesn't just help the algorithm. It will help us know whether or not we should do the Who Am I 10 Questions game sometime next month and have it go just as smoothly as tonight has gone.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Paul, I had a lot of fun. I really did. I know I'm mockingly saying that this was terrible. I actually had a load of crack. Yeah. Thank you very much for our kind live viewers who are really helping out. Anybody who's watched this back as video on demand on YouTube, do definitely have a watch the chat. Go back if you weren't looking at the chat while we were doing it. Go back to some of the toughest points, particularly where I couldn't remember the name of the film with Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt that I cannot remember again. Heartbreakers. Thank you. I now know if you know what the people ask you if you were going to get a tattoo, what would it be? I think it would be Heartbreakers, just so I could be like, yeah, that's the thing I can't remember. Ready to walk us home, Paul? Say goodnight to the folks.
Yeah, which goes, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Don't forget to check out Pop Culture 33, which is who's a friend of the channel, and also 2 movies. Is it 2 movies or 2 films? My God, my brain is completely gone.
I just have it linked on my phone, so I can't remember right now. I'm really sorry.
Which goes, I'm sure Lisa and Beef will definitely shout it out into the chat right now. You'll also find links down below to their podcast and to Pop Culture 33's channel as well. Which is, if you have any kind of quiz games that you think will be really fun to see us in any way try out and fail horribly, let us know in Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook or on any of the comments down below. Which goes, I've been Paul.
And I've been Patrick.
And we've been Hear Us Out.
And this has been weird. And you've all been fantastic.
Oh. Homebrew Quest. Done.
Yeah. It's been done enough that, if we miss it once in a while, we'll get it next week. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.